Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. This is Reflecting Divinity, where I hope to reflect back to you your own true divine essence. So I am an intuitive reader. I'm also an energy practitioner. And today I just want to get back into the rhythm of giving readings to the collective. So it's been a bit wild the past few months for me personally, and maybe other people can relate. It felt more like everybody else around me was falling apart, and my cat agrees. But anyway, I just kind of want to get back into a routine of giving. Now, I haven't planned out too much today. I have 3 different cards to choose from. However, I'm going to read with all 3 for each reading. So these are just to kind of designate each pile. So we'll have pile 1, or the first reading, pile 2, the second reading, and pile 3, the third reading. So just take a moment to pause the video if you need to and connect with which reading is calling to you. I will be just tapping in generally to see what Spirit wants to bring through for you right now, what you need to know, messages from your guides. And let's see, I just want to say that I always view these readings as timeless. So even though I may reference particular time frames, just know that really your intuition is what should be driving you to certain readers or certain readings. So just if something speaks to you, if it calls out to you, go ahead and trust that, even if it's say dated, because I guarantee you there will be a message within the reading. And that's how I go into giving these readings, is I'm thinking about how really time doesn't exist. Even though we have a linear perspective of time, time doesn't exist. So I think that's about it. Go ahead and go on to your chosen reading, and I'll see you there. Hi, pile 1. So this is your reading if you chose the Oracle deck with the roses on the back. But I will go ahead and just start out with tarot cards, and I'm just shuffling right now. I'm going to be pulling 3 cards to just see what Spirit wants to bring up for you right now. Pile 1. I'm seeing butterflies as I'm shuffling these cards. Butterflies are coming to mind, so I feel like there's transformation here. This could also be messages from ancestors, and I just had a card fall out. So you have Page of Wands. I'm gonna shuffle one more time. And, ooh, okay. So pile 1, you have Page of Wands, and you have the 3 of Swords, and you have the 3 of Wands. So you've got 2 3s there. Maybe that's significant to some of you. 33. 33 would be a master number. So I encourage you to look up, of course, I always will say look up some of these meanings for yourself, because it will be more specific to you and what you come across, what you find. Page of Wands. It is feeling like you've been having a hard time, but the interesting thing is here, I'm really feeling this new beginning with the Page of Wands. It's like you finally come to your the last straw, maybe. You're just so tired of being sick and tired of being anxious, of feeling this heartbreak. And maybe it's not even heart, it's like anxiety. And I do feel like in some ways other people have contributed to how you've been feeling attacked for what you believe in. But the Page of Wands is feeling to me like you're taking all of that, considered negative mindset, negative energy, and you're harnessing it, and you're actually empowering yourself with that energy. It's like you're transmuting it, you're changing it into something new, and you're leaving it behind. And I do see that with the Three of Wands in particular, that you've set your sights on something new, a new goal, a new passion. And if you've ever heard of like the dark night of the soul, it's like you've been on this journey. You've been through this kind of tumultuous, really difficult time, but it was all meant to kind of hone you and allow for your development to reach new horizons and set your sights on something even greater. Let's see if Spirit has anything else that wants to come through. I am feeling like more joy is coming in for you. There's a richness to it. There's it also healing. The yellow is standing out to me, this golden yellow. There is more healing coming in for you. And I'm feeling a wholeness and just a sense of clarity as well, because I feel like maybe you've had some confusion. It's kind of like, why is this happening to me? And maybe a bit of feeling like you don't know what to do, or when you try to ask and feel into it, it feels like you don't get a clear response, you don't get a clear understanding of like where to go, what to do. But this is coming in for you. If you're still in that energy, I feel it's coming in for you quickly. And maybe you'll get a message, like some type of clarifying message that will set you kind of back into alignment and on this new path. What else? Yeah, I just keep feeling like you're ready. You'll be ready soon, or you are ready to set your sights on a new goal, and this will be an even like higher and greater thing than you could even imagine before. Like you are able to leave it behind, but at the same time you're like taking all you can from the experience. If that makes sense. It's like powering you to move forward. I just had this one flip out. I always trust when they flip out. You have deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. Yeah, so you're having some deep healing. And maybe this Three of Swords has just been a really trying time, and it's really drained you mentally and physically, and it's time to take some steps. Like you may have to actually plan this into your routine to get more rest, to do things that replenish you and don't take from you. That Three of Swords feels like it was taking from you. I don't know if that Three of Swords was maybe family related for some of you. But I think for some of you, it may have been a job. That came through. Let me see what other message is here for you. Soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Wow. So yeah, in some ways it feels like, along with that confusion, it was feeling like you were alone, and when you could not receive the help or the messages, the clarity that you were really wanting, that you feel like, you needed, that felt very isolating. I was just talking about family too, so maybe some of you will be, if you've had to kind of separate yourself from your family because of their, well, negativity, whatever that was, that you will find a new community, a new sense of family, whether it's friends or maybe you put yourself out there in new ways to meet new people. But I do feel like Spirit's encouraging you to seek out support. And this could be like a new system of support for sure. What else, Spirit? Are there any other messages? Yeah, okay, so I do feel like some of you need to reconnect with water. And actually, there's whales here and you have water here. So it may be beneficial for you to spend more time with water, that it will be healing for you. If you can't get to, a body of water like an ocean, even just being more conscious when you are, say, taking a shower or taking a bath or even washing your face, even washing your hands, you can be more conscious about that ritual, that kind of like daily mundane ritual. And you can use it to cleanse yourself of energies that aren't serving you. Okay, so we have Melchizedek, higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. Then you also have Joan of Arc, voice of truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. Yeah. So like I said, whatever this Three of Swords moment was, and it could have felt much longer than a moment, you have learned from it, or you will realize what you've learned from it, what you've gained from it, and then can move forward. And so your guides are coming in here and saying this, it can sound really crazy, and sometimes it's frustrating to hear this, that we can choose these lessons when we come into this life. We choose these lessons to learn, and that can mean that we go through some difficulty, some difficult times and things like that. And it does not excuse wrongdoing or mistreatment, but you are now able to kind of grow from a new point in your life. You have a newer perspective, a different perspective than you would have had. And maybe there's some enlightenment here, now you know maybe what you do want. And I'm also seeing that with the voice of truth, with Joan of Arc. If you're still in this energy, stand strong and trust what you know, trust your truth. And again, the release of fear of persecution, if there's people around you or a situation around you where you are feeling persecuted or attacked and things are being thrown at you, whether words or, hope it's not physically, but if you've been receiving a lot of that negative energy, hold strong and trust that what you are doing, the way you see things, is as important as someone else's, and they can't take away, your reality, your perspective. And so just keep focusing on that goal, what you want to attain, where you want to set your sights on. And maybe for some of you, it will be study of some sort. And Spirit's just really encouraging you to move forward, to take any ideas and go for it, and find people who will support you in whatever endeavor you're taking on. Is there anything else? Yeah, I'm seeing fish again, so maybe there's something like, yeah, I'm hearing like fish out of water and seeing water again. So maybe there's something specific for someone here. I do feel like maybe at times you felt like a fish out of water in situations or around certain people where you feel like you didn't fit in. That will come to an end, or is coming to an end, or already has. Like you are finding your community with soul family. So trust yourself, pile 1. You are coming upon some great things, and you're ready for it. You're ready for this next step, this up-leveling, this new endeavor, this new project, this new passion, this new perspective even. All right, so if you found this reading to be helpful, give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. And if you want to see more from me, then subscribe. And until next time, bye, Pile 1. Hello, Pile 2. If you chose the black cards with the stars, this is your reading. So we're going to start out with some tarot cards just to see what Spirit wants to bring up for you. So I'm seeing like, what is that, newspaper, some type of pages. What is that about? I'm seeing like a magnifying glass, so it's like you're searching for something in words and text. Expecting messages there. Maybe you're looking for some type of messaging. I'm gonna shuffle one more time. Let's see what Spirit wants to bring up. Oh, interesting. Okay. So you have the High Priestess, you have the Two of Cups reversed, and you have the Nine of Cups reversed. And my first impression is that something didn't go the way you had wished or had hoped for. Like maybe something fell through. When I first saw the Two of Cups, I was getting more of like a contractual thing or some type of agreement, more than a relationship, more so than marriage, but that could be different depending on the individual. So yeah, it looks like you're searching for meaning here. Like, why did it fall through? Well, especially with the High Priestess, because the High Priestess seeks, or she represents that deeper knowledge, that mystery. There's this kind of a sense of mystery and tapping in to the intuition to access like Akashic records and more than just information in like the 3D world that we live in. This feels deeper. And maybe there's a questioning on your part, like maybe this was something big. I might ask for one clarifying card to see what is this about specifically, if we can get some more information. It's like, feels like something you had your hopes on. You had like this kind of planned out in a way. Oh yeah, okay. So the Eight of Cups upright. Yeah, you had this like planned out and you thought it was going to go one way. And then it just like totally fell through. And now you're like, why? Like, I can't figure it out. And so it's like the magnifying glass and like searching through text. It's kind of like you're searching for the meaning here. With the Eight of Cups, this does feel like ultimately maybe I hate to laugh. It's not funny, but it's just sometimes you have to laugh to not cry. You had to leave what looks like good, upright cups. Like this was something that at one point fulfilled you. And maybe it kind of feels like you weren't expecting this pile two, but at a higher level, like your higher self, this was always the way it was going to work out. This is because there's actually bigger and better and greater things for you, things that will be more fulfilling, more satisfying, that will be more in alignment with what you want. Because it's like you can't even possibly know the kind of infinite possibilities available to you. We have a limited perspective, the human perspective, but there's more for you here. So let me work on pulling you some more cards. Maybe for some of you, this was a relationship that you thought like you were really hoping it would pan out, but it didn't. It's just like kind of like fell apart. I just keep feeling like it fell apart. And it was really, is that a word, befuddling? It was like, what? Like, how, why did it fall apart? Like, what even happened? It almost feels like maybe nothing even really happened, but it still fell apart. And so that's where that kind of like confusion and trying to figure it out. It would be helpful if you're interested in meditation and kind of like just tapping into your higher self. Ask your higher self to step in for you, and there could be some, clarification that comes in for you. What else? I'm going to go ahead and just shuffle this one more time. Yeah, it feels like that Eight of Cups is really reluctant. Like there's a sense of like, man, I wish I didn't have to go or didn't have to leave this behind. Interesting. Okay, so you have the inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. So, like I was saying, it may be helpful for you to meditate and just quiet down. Like, you don't have to even clear your mind or like completely clear out your senses. Just kind of sit in quiet, and you can let your thoughts go. Don't shame yourself if you're having a bit of that monkey mind coming in and being really loud. Just allow it. But see if you can focus your energy more on your heart and see what's there. Because it seems like there's more to know within. So you're not going to find it outside of yourself. It's going to be more within, between the High Priestess and this card, the Inner Temple. And you also have a lot of like emotional energy with the cups. This is about tapping in to your own energy. With Pleiades, double mission, channeling, and uplifting humanity. This is kind of like, this is, again, I laugh. I don't know why I laugh at the idea of the higher self, because I have this feeling like sometimes our higher selves have to kind of chuckle at our perspective of things, that when things happen on our level, it feels big, it feels, powerful, or it feels disruptive, and these big things that happen, and it feels so important, right? Especially at the time when you're in it. But the higher perspective is that we came here for certain lessons. I think this came up in pile 1 as well. We come here for certain lessons, to experience certain things, even if it feels bad or it doesn't play out the way we think it will. That's because we have our part of our soul that is on the other side, so to speak, and that's your higher self that you can ask to come in and give you clarity. And they have that, again, higher perspective. I just want to repeat higher perspective, but they may know the real reason you're here, the mission that you're here. You're here on one level to experience that human life, the ups and downs, the relationships, all of that. But pile 2, it seems like you have another mission of being a maybe spiritual worker in some way, whether it is just tapping in and meditating every day. You're here to do maybe bigger and greater things, more, I wouldn't say bigger and greater. Maybe that's the wrong word. It's more from that higher perspective, the more spiritual perspective, seeing things a little bit less from the human perspective. And maybe this is like what's prompting you into going deeper and tapping into those energies. I am feeling like working with the moon, working with the stars, getting in tune with the energy of nighttime may be helpful to you. File 2. Okay. Yeah, so you have the angel Charity coming in, prayer and contemplation. Connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. Yeah, you're supposed to connect in. Are you meditating, pile 2? Because I feel like your guides are saying you need to do more meditating. Maybe you're tired of hearing that, some of you. But it's time to go in and ask. When you're in meditation, really prayer is getting into that space, that meditative space, and talking in your mind out loud, whatever allows you to kind of stay in that meditative space. Reach out to spirit if you feel called to. If you feel called to connect with the universe, connect with whatever feels right to you, and ask for that clarity, and it will come in. It will come in, and it will maybe take some evolving over time, some evolution of those messages, but just trust it. Try not to be frustrated with the process. With the divine director, intervention and purpose, divine intervention is occurring. Yes, absolutely. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. Yeah, you're supposed to be this high vibrational being, and you are. So don't feel like you aren't. You are. You already are that, okay? Trust that you are this high vibrational being that is happy and full of joy. That is how you manifest it. So if you're having moments of feeling, okay, I'm not that, just trust it and get back into that sense of I am that. I am already that. That's how manifestation works, is when you occupy that space of having already had, right? Already having what you want. I am being drawn to look up the divine director specifically. So I'm just going to take a moment to do that, because it is making me think that there's a connection to the Pleiades card. The divine director is a facet of the heart of the creator. The divine director works directly with the angels, and in particular guardian angels, so that they can fulfill their role of supporting the earth and all of her people. That's beautiful. Divine intervention is taking place at this time. What is occurring in your life is providing a real learning curve for your soul. You are becoming aware of a sense of purpose in your life. It gives you a sense of joy. Yeah, joy. It's something that brings you pleasure rather than something you have to work for. Know that your career can complement your purpose, but not define it. But the path you are on at this time is right, and the universe is encouraging you to move forwards. All right, so yeah, something may have come up that seemed to like knock you off of where you thought you were going, but just trust it. Your guides are there with you, and this can be confirmation for you that you are headed in the right direction and that this has happened for a reason, but it's calling you as the first step to get in touch with your inner self, your intuition, your guides. And it looks like there's some type of more of a purpose and mission that's going to be coming in for you, pile 2, which is just beautiful. Let me see if there's any other messages that want to come through for you. Yeah, I'm just seeing the kind of North Star. So trust it, follow your true north. When you trust, when you surrender, it allows for the universe to give you that flow to provide you with all that you need on your path. So that's what I have for you today. If you felt like that reading helped you, then please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to hear more from me in the future, go ahead and subscribe. And until next time, bye, Pile 2. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose the kind of golden turquoise oracle cards, this is your reading, but we'll start out with tarot. I'm having them fall out right now. Okay, so I'm just going to shuffle a bit more. This will just show us what Spirit wants to talk about, what you need to know. All right. So you have the, wow, all cup energy. So you have the 5 of Cups upright, you have the 9 of Cups reversed, and then you have the 3 of Cups upright. So the first thing I'm seeing is like obviously there's some heartbreak you've been through, some heartache, some sadness, maybe some depression. There's a sense that you've lost. I'm feeling like you've lost people. I may be basing this on the fact that I see the 3 of Cups here, but it feels like maybe you've lost some friends. And it does feel like, for more of you, it's more of like a breakup rather than maybe them passing on. Let me see what else is coming up for you, Pile 3. So I just tapped in and I felt like this sense of like a tornado kind of coming in and sweeping kind of around your head. So maybe for some of you, this feels very present, the sense of loss, and it's kind of leaving your head spinning. I'm going to ask for some more clarification of a card about what this 9 of Cups reversed is. I just had a card fall out. Okay. The sense that I'm getting is that with the World card, it feels like there was some type of completion here and a cycle coming to an end. And the 9 of Cups is interesting because upright, it can mean wishes fulfilled, you know, things you want coming into fruition and being really satisfied. And with it reversed, it would maybe feel like overindulgence, or like it ultimately was not satisfying. But the feeling I'm getting is that you are giving and giving and giving, and these people, these relationships, whether they were friends or maybe family, but they were taking and taking and taking from you, pile 3. And I'm seeing that this had to come to an end for your benefit, for your well-being, but it's been hard for you. I am seeing this 3 of Cups as a positive of new people coming in, or like a tighter knit group coming in, because maybe if this was like too many people taking from you, and there's a need to like cut out the ones that we're taking, rather than, you know, that kind of fair back and forth of giving and taking, because that's what relationships should be more of, right? A more balanced give and take. Pile 3, what I'm also seeing, I saw a crow. I had to change the battery to the camera, but I saw a crow come in for you, and crows always to me symbolize intuition and a deep wisdom, and they have a sense of kind of mystery, or maybe like a sense of being an omen, very magical. And I am getting that feeling of like an omen, and maybe there were signs that this was going to happen, but it kind of, I feel like you didn't want to see it, or see the reality of it being that way, that these people weren't maybe there for your best interest. What else wants to come through? I am feeling, for some of you, this could be that you've had people in your life pass on, and it's been very difficult. It's been very heavy. And this has been all consuming. And I feel like your heart is broken, and it's been so difficult. But I just keep feeling like these people in your life, they're saying this isn't the end for them. It's just an end of one cycle, and they're okay. That's for some of you. I feel like that's very specific. This is such a deep reading. I'm going to go ahead and pull one more card to just give any kind of final clarification with the tarot. So we had the Magician, Fallout reversed. Yeah, I am feeling like this situation has left you feeling ungrounded and detached and not in your own power. I am feeling like destabilized by this, for sure. I'm feeling a sense of transition with the Magician. I'm being drawn to the lilies on that card. I'm going to go ahead and pull some more cards. So we have the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, Soul Tribe. So for some of you, like I said, this 3 of Cups seems like a new group of people or a tighter knit group of people that you're connecting with. And that it may not be like what you thought you wanted or wished for, but it's going to be good for you. And there will be an opportunity to get back to your sense of power and like establish a sense of like who you are in this group. So I just had a card fall out, and it's interesting because it's no. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. I am feeling like this was or is about this relationship or group of people. I feel like it's more like not a relationship, but it could be, but more like a friendship, or I am feeling friends, but maybe more of like a community of people that you were part of. And that because you were kind of being taken advantage of in many ways, that you either felt like you finally had to say no and set those boundaries. And in doing so, it's kind of left you in this sense of kind of static, what do I do next, you know? But with a great gathering, I am seeing this as not lasting forever. So don't worry of like being in this state. New people are coming in for you. And with Soul Tribe here, I am relating this to the Three of Cups, that you're going to have a new group of people and things are coming together. So there's going to be a sense of like understanding like why it happened this way. There's kind of like processing that and an understanding why, and working through the deep sadness and grief around this. And with the Magician reversed, I am feeling like it's important for you to get your mind in order, like once you've processed the emotions. You know, take time, be gentle with yourself. And once you've processed the emotions and it's not quite as raw, Spirit wants you to get focused in your mind and how you think about yourself, how you think about your life, how you think about others. Become more intentional. And when you become more intentional and conscious to how you're thinking, your life will unfold in different ways. And it does seem like right now, with kind of your emotional state and your state of mind, that of course things have taken a pause. But don't worry. There will be movement forward. There will be kind of a regaining of that ground that you feel you've lost. Go ahead and pull 2 cards for guidance. Oh my gosh, this is so interesting. I've had some repeated cards. And I did shuffle, so there's some related energies to the other piles, I believe. Is this pile 2? And pile 2 also had the 9 of Cups reversed. So the divine director, intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. So what I'm really picking up on here is that you may feel like the rug was kind of pulled out from under you, and it's left you with this deep grief. But the ultimate purpose, coming from a higher perspective, is that this will actually be better for you in the end. In the long run, higher perspective, something greater is coming. And I do feel like that's connected to the people that are coming into your life. Freya, phases and cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. Yeah, so I'm definitely connecting that to the World card, because that is kind of coming to the end of the major arcana before you kind of jump back to the energy of the Fool, right? So it's the end of a cycle. And with this message here, this is just kind of reaffirming that something had to come to an end. There was an end of a cycle. But in that, there is a new beginning. So there's a new perspective, or there's new relationships. There's a chance to basically be, I want to say initiated. So maybe some of this, it feels more like an initiation for you. Being initiated to a new path. And it may be hard for some of you to see that you are being guided on this journey, but start looking for those signs. I feel like there will be signs around you with the crow coming in. I feel like as you pay attention to your life, as you become more aware, you will see kind of signs or synchronicities, little coincidences, and there will be that sense of like it's stacking up, and it'll feel more and more powerful. And I do feel like that's going to pull you out of the funk, out of the grief, out of the sadness, out of kind of like, it does feel like there's a bit of like kind of drowning there. So because we have so many cups, try to find things that you enjoy, and when you're ready, maybe go out and you will reconnect with people, maybe meet new people. It's okay to be in that energy of stillness for a while if you need to, that pause, but you'll know when it's ready with the intuitive hits. Those signs will come up for you. Oh my gosh, I didn't even look. The crow. Yeah, so the crow, the raven, if that could possibly be one of the signs specifically. So I know that there's some kind of tougher energy here at play, pile 3, and I feel for you and what you've been through, and the people and relationships that you've lost, but trust spirit and trust the people still in your life and the people that are to come into your life, that you will get through this and you will find joy again. You will find happiness again. You won't be in this ending energy forever. So that's what I have for you. If you felt like this reading helped you in some way, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more from me in the future, go ahead and subscribe. And until next time, bye, pile 3.